everybody, welcome to Cafeadoniya Academy. In this video, we are going to look at the differences between chocolate and compound. Now, I did a small reel which on my Instagram profile, which got incredible views. So I just thought, why not make an elaborate video on it? Because I keep getting a lot of questions as to what is chocolate, what is compound, what are the differences, what are the types of chocolate and compound available in the market, and what are its uses. So let's dive straight into it. Now, the first thing you need to know is what is the difference between chocolate, also known as couverture, and compound. Now, compound is artificial chocolate and chocolate is pure, derived from nature. Okay, that is the main difference between them. And if you see now, how do you know that a particular chocolate which you're buying from the market is chocolate or compound? Okay, so the main difference is you have to look at the ingredients in the ingredients section, and the main ingredients you have to look out for is the fat. So in pure chocolate, if it's pure, you will see cocoa butter as an ingredient, and if it's compound, you will see hydrogenated vegetable fat as a ingredient. So that is the major difference. Maybe all other ingredients could be the same, like your cocoa powder and your sugar and things like that, but if the ingredient list has cocoa butter in it, that means it's pure chocolate. And if it has hydrogenated vegetable fat or palm oil or anything like that, then it is compound. Now, to make it very simple and to make you understand better, the difference is between your butter and your say shortening or margarine. Okay, if you know the difference between butter and margarine, or if you know the difference between ghee and vanaspati or dalda, for those of you who are Indians, will definitely you have used ghee and dalda or vanaspati in your cooking. So like ghee is pure and it is derived from natural sources, dalda or vanaspati is man-made and it's got hydrogenated vegetable fat. So that's the same difference between your pure chocolate and your compound. Now, both pure chocolate and compound are available in dark, white and milk variants. So if you see the packaging, this is pure chocolate, and if you see, you will see the ingredients written cocoa butter. If you notice here, there is cocoa butter written. So in everything, in milk, dark and white, you will find cocoa butter. But whereas in the compound, you will find vegetable, edible vegetable fat, hydrogenated. Okay, that is the main difference between your compound and your chocolate. Now, why, if there is hydrogenated vegetable fat in any substance, then we know it's bad for health, right? It's not good to consume. So why is there a compound in the market? So a lot of people like to use cheap stuff. Okay, they want to use cost-effective stuff, and so that's why if you see local bakeries and things, people and confectioners who don't want to invest in pure chocolate, then compound chocolate is a good alternative for them because it's very cheap when compared to pure chocolate. Now, obviously, the taste also will not be as good as pure chocolate, because you know the difference between if you take dalda in your mouth, or if you take shortening, or if you take ghee or butter. Okay, it's going to be totally different. So your compound chocolate is made out of hydrogenated vegetable fat. It is less cost when compared to pure chocolate, and it is the taste is not as good. Okay, having said that, compound chocolate has its advantages. The melting point of compound chocolate is quite high, in the sense if it is more stable than your pure chocolate. So in hot weathers and in humid conditions, a lot of people use compound chocolate because it's more easier to use and it sets faster, doesn't melt as quickly as your pure chocolate. And also, if you're doing a lot of decorations on the cakes, like you're doing shards and you're doing a lot of like say flowers and chocolate shells and things like that, compound chocolate is much easier to use and it's much stable. Also, the usage of compound chocolate is very easy. You just have to melt it in a microwave or on a double boiler, and then that's it. You just use it. So whereas pure chocolate you can't just melt it and use it if you're using it for, decorations and things like that. You need to you need to use a process called tempering, whereas it's a controlled lowering and increasing of the temperature of the chocolate, and then you have to make sure that the chocolate is at a particular temperature when you are using it for decorations and for chocolate shells and things like that. But if you're using the pure chocolate to make a ganache, or you're using a pure chocolate to, in a brownie batter or in a cake batter, in a mousse batter, things like that, you don't need to temper. You can use it straight away because you're not using it as it is. You're mixing it with other ingredients, so you don't need to temper it. So I always recommend my students, if you're mixing chocolate in any batters and the taste is of supreme importance, then do not ever use compound chocolate, okay? Because if you taste a brownie, for example, made with pure good quality chocolate, and if you've tasted a brownie made with compound, then you see a whole lot of difference. But yes, if you're doing chocolate decorations, just where the decorative value is of more and less of taste, then you feel free to use compound chocolate. So now let's see how to use compound chocolate, in the sense how to melt it